It's spooky season, and that means it is time to build all of the spooky sets that I need for every single photo shoot for this year. So obviously that means that I need to build some sort of witchy set in conjunction with the other things that I've got going on. So I could go buy myself a cauldron at the store, but those for some reason are like $50 to like $100 for the size that I want. And I'm just not willing to pay that for a prop that will be stored in the attic or ceiling of my studio for the rest of the year. I'm just not willing. So I'm going to build one out of EVA foam. So yesterday I went ahead and cut some of the pieces out already. I got a little template off of Etsy. It seems like it's going to be fine. If this template is really good, I will put it in the link below, and you all can go get your own template if you want to build one of these. But the first step was to cut out 6 pieces of foam. It says to use 10 millimeter. I'm using 4 because that's what I have. I don't need to go buy more things if I have things here. So I'm just going to use the 4 millimeter foam and hope for the best. I bet you it'll be fine. This part's done. I did not cut anything else out yesterday, just these pieces. So I'm going to set this aside and cut out the other little bits that I think I'm going to need. It's like the handle, the cauldron feet, and then the part that goes around this, I guess like the cauldron top. Yes, I'm going to cut those out and then get to attaching them. So far, I think this is going to be pretty easy. I really hope I don't have to eat my words and it's not easy, but it's looking not difficult, and I appreciate that after building the rotten candy stand, because that was a long process. So let's get to cutting these pieces and move on. Really struggling because I don't understand how this is supposed to go on. Like, the picture looks one way and it makes sense, and I think that I might have to heat gun it, but like, it's too big to fit the way that it looks like it's supposed to fit. I think I'm just gonna try and glue it and see how it goes, and hopefully it all just comes into shape. It just doesn't feel correct. I don't know the other solutions. I'm just gonna try it. If it doesn't work, I'll rip it off. So that's the plan. Cut some of it off. So it was just too big. I followed the pattern exactly, so I'm not really sure why, but I cut this much off. It seems fine now. Maybe I cut the pieces too big, I don't know. But they are exactly like the same size of the shape. But it's fine now. I don't understand. So what I'm gonna do now is, I think that this needs heat gun, so it needs curled under. So I'm going to fix this part first. And then I'm going to curl it because this looks really funny to me, so I'm gonna heat gun it and fix some things. Alright, so I have everything all put together. It is completely assembled. There is nothing else I think that I want to do to the build itself. The only thing I don't love is these feet are just a little wiggly, and maybe I'll fix them. But honestly, I'm going to put smoke in it, so it's not that big a deal. I don't think that it's a little wiggly. However, everything else I think looks really good. I didn't really follow the plans per se on the handles. I just kind of did what I thought looked right, which is usually what I end up doing on these templates that I buy sometimes. So I am going to now go ahead and go spray everything with its plastic dip coat, and once that's dry I can go ahead and start actually decorating this, which I am very excited about because I want it to look a little dingy, like it's been around a little bit, like it's seen some things, because obviously Witch Cauldron, it's seen some things. So I'm going to do that. I've got stuff over there like sand and whatnot to mix with some Mod Podge to really give it a nice look. So I'm gonna go get the layer of plastic dip done now and get to the other part in a second. I'm going to take this goop and I'm going to put it around the cauldron and make it just look really old and dirty. So let's get to gooping. That is all I can do today. I have to wait for this to dry before I can do anything, and I don't have time to wait for it to dry. It's gonna take like a couple of hours at minimum. So I'm gonna clean up and go home and edit some pictures, and I'll see this on Monday. I just got here into the studio and I think this dried pretty darn good. My drip marks look like they're going the wrong direction, but I think that's okay. I am gonna probably put more to maybe go the other way too, like from up here down, so that it just looks like a big old mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and goop this really quick so that I can let it dry. I might also use the heat gun to kind of speed that up because I would like to airbrush it today, because I also got brand new airbrush paints because I'm really tired of attempting to make my acrylic paints work in the airbrush when they're not. So I suffered and I bought some real airbrush paints, and hopefully these work, because if they don't, I don't know what I'm doing wrong and I don't understand. So I'm gonna go ahead and goop the top of this, let it fall down a little bit and match the other goop, and then get to airbrushing some grossness on here because I want it to look like it's been through a lot. So that's where we're at. Let's go ahead and start gooping again. All right, the Mod Podge is mostly dry enough for me to paint over. It's probably wet underneath, but I'm going to work on kind of adding some rust marks in with the airbrush, which I have already tested and it works great. I should have just bought this paint in the first place. So I'm going to add that in, and then I'm also going to use some green for some like green sludge, and probably mix some black in there too, and maybe some other browns and other colors, just to give it kind of just a different array of growth. So I'm going to work on that now. I'm very excited about this. This is probably the part I was waiting for, so let's get to painting. it's finished. This is super easy. The one thing that I did that I might need to fix is I cut the feet off of the bottom. I didn't love them. I thought it was weird and it was wiggly and like it wasn't very stable. Perhaps if it was thicker foam it would be okay, but I cut them off. It's not a big deal. I actually kind of like it with no feet. So everything's done. This would have been one day project, like a very easy one day project if I had time to wait for the original Mod Podge to dry. But super easy, super fun. I might have gotten a little crazy with the grime of it, but I'm going to put some smoke in here and kind of like have it smoke out. I'm very excited to use this for photos. And I was thinking maybe I should use or make another one that's like a little bit cleaner for maybe a tidier witch, but I don't know. I'm happy with this so far. But you could definitely make this even bigger, just scale the template up a little bit, because I think it would be cool to have like a big one, like a huge cauldron. And I don't think that would be that hard of a build either. So I'm gonna get this ready for its photo shoot. I'll take you along with me for the photo shoot for the final reveal of the whole thing so you can see some up close detail. I'm gonna go ahead and go do that, and I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.